those events, the 50 freestyle, where the older you are, for some reason, even it happens around the world as well, the older you are, the more you stand a chance. It's that nous, the savoir-faire, the know-how of taking that swim out. And it's no surprise that those three swimmers, Njira Sisard is the youngest of the lot at 28.
So, very different race to the 50 meters and 100-meter races. The focus here would be having the right stroke rate at the right time. The heavier the focus on the glide, the more you'll be conserving that energy that is needed for the second half of the race. It's important to get into the proper rhythm as quickly as possible and then capitalize on the turns to try and separate yourself from the rest of the field.
Well, you had a chat with ourselves earlier on, just before the start of broadcast, Roanne, and you're looking at split times of the heats this morning, and it was very interesting with Letitia's split time, wasn't it?
Yes, I mean, she went out in 1:12.89, which is a really quick time, but for some reason, as we saw in the 100 meters, she came back in the final lap as 42 seconds, which is almost 2 seconds slower than everyone else. So I think she was just, doing her own thing and just relaxing in the morning.
Well, Papatako really coming back ever so slightly right now. Christie Chue in a slight lead. Letitia is trying to do her work in the final 100 meters instead of saving it for the final 50. Beginning to make a move right now after that very quick start by Christie. And Papatako usually strong in the second half of the race. So she's slightly ahead of Letitia, both turning at the same time. Christie in third position, and in fourth position, Tan Ro Sin of Malaysia. There we go, Letitia, in fact, slightly ahead of Papatako at the halfway stage of the 200 breasts. Christie Chue having led after 50 meters, now 0.73 seconds behind Letitia. And it looks as if she is powering her way, because it's half a body length now ahead of the rest of the field. If anything, it's Papatako who's just flagging off and gassing out a little bit. Christie coming right back into the picture. Letitia has got a body length lead heading into the final 50. Well, since the last SEA Games, she's the only swimmer in Southeast Asia to regularly go below 2:30, and she's showing herself off here that she is in a league of her own at these Southeast Asian Games. Surely there's no catching Letitia Sim. She lost out in the 50 meters breaststroke, but came back to win in the 100 meters breast. Won in the 200 meters individual medley. And now it'll be a third individual gold medal at these SEA Games for Letitia Sim. Look at the time, 2:28.71 is the SEA Games record by Christie Chue. Can she break it? Most likely, yes. 2:28.49, that's a brand new SEA Games record. Letitia Sim, now the proud owner of it. Papatako finishing in second spot, and Christie Chue in third. So those three, we expected to podium. They do exactly that. And this has gone to form because Letitia has won it in convincing fashion.
I think Letitia has also gotten the national record. The national record belongs to Christie Chue. That was done in 2019 SEA Games, and since Letitia has broken that record, it's also the national record for her now.
So she's got all three in terms of the national record, and I'm sure that she must be pretty happy with that time.
She's not showing it, but I think she is.
It's almost a full second below her personal best, which was clocked at the Commonwealth Games. She didn't come out fast. In fact, turned in third place after the first 50 meters. At the 100 mark, she kind of turned it on and went through the gears right through to the final 50. And when she turned in first place, almost a body length ahead of Fiang Quan, you knew the race was over, Roanne.
Yeah, I think she swam that really, really smart, because she wasn't the fastest in the first 100, but you have to remember she swam a 1:07 in the 100 meters breaststroke. So for her to turn at a 1:12, that's 5 seconds away from her 100 meter speed. So as you saw everyone gas out in the last lap, she was actually increasing her stroke rate because she was saving all that energy in the first 3 laps. So I think that was a really smart race for her to swim.
Perfect start to the day for Team Singapore. 3 events, 3 gold medals. In all 3 events as well, the 2 finalists have podiumed. 1-2 finish in the 50 free, 1-2 finish in the 50 fly, and now a 1-3 finish in the women's 200 meters breaststroke.